All right, what up, people? It's your boy Chig from Gooner Eagle Eye coming to you again with a brand new video. This time, the review of Stoke versus Arsenal. And yeah, what can I say? It was comfortable. It was eventful, the game. It certainly wasn't a boring game, I'll give you that. Right from the very get-go, there was a Wenger outplaying flying over the stadium. First things first, let me talk about this Wenger out banner. The first time it was done, I understand. We were in the midst of a really barren run. It looked like we were pretty much not competing on any front. And, you know, I could understand. But we're coming towards the end of the season now. The one thing we do know is we at least have one final to fight for. The team have just started to get their shit together, albeit too late, grant you. But we still have at least a final to fight for. And all the games that are leading up towards this final, you know, they're important, if for no other reason, for momentum. Now, in terms of whether I think, you know, we should be worried about the top four or this, that, and the other, is irrelevant. Because my opinion is that I don't necessarily think it matters. There is an argument that, you know, well, it's important we get in the top four because then we can attract players. I mean, the same players that Wenger doesn't go ahead and buy. Remember, he has that all-time players list of players he almost signed. He has that for a reason. And we've qualified for the Champions League for 21 years in a row. So us not being in the Champions League for one season, I don't necessarily think will make a difference as to whether Wenger is prepared to open the wallet. Notice I'm saying Wenger, not a manager, because I have my own thoughts about the fact that I think Wenger's staying. And if Wenger is staying, regardless of whether we make top four or not, whether you think it papers over the cracks or not, one thing I think we can all agree on, whether you're an AKB, a WOB, or you're indifferent, this season hasn't been good enough. It just hasn't. I would have expected better. I would have expected us to challenge for a title. It is way overdue. We haven't done it for so long. And I am of the belief that, you know, so we make the top four, then what? I don't even really share the same kind of point of view of it papers over the cracks, because to be honest with you, it depends how you spin anything. Anything can paper over the cracks. Our latest little run, you can argue that can potentially paper over cracks. It depends on the way people spin stuff. And I don't feel like us winning should paper over anything. It shouldn't. But you also won't stop me. I think it's disgusting. Whenever I see somebody say, oh, I hope we don't make the top four, or I hope we don't win the FA Cup, just because it papers over the cracks. No. That, to me, you can't be a real Arsenal fan. If that even crosses your mind. My point of view is, yes, I agree. I don't think top four matters. My thoughts have always been from the very get-go, since I found out we were out of everything, was fine. I hope we finish the season as strongly as possible. With the addition of, since we made the final, any confidence or momentum we can carry into that final, the better. That's my attitude. That's always been my attitude since day one. You know, whether we attract players, whether we go for these players in the first place is a completely separate matter. What I would like is for Wenger to go, and I think we might have half a chance of getting some of these players. But first and foremost, I'm recording this at a time where I know that Liverpool have beaten West Ham. Mark my words, if you're on my Twitter, you would have known I would have said the same shit to you 6 hours ago. Now, I just don't think the top four is for us this season. And you know what? That's okay if it means some major changes happening. And I don't just mean with the manager. I mean with the way we do everything. I'm sick of hearing these nearly stories, how we almost signed this, how we almost did that, how we almost brought in this person, how we almost brought in that person, how we almost changed our training facilities. How about just doing it? That's an idea. just going ahead and doing it. So that's what I'm hopeful for. But you'll never catch me saying, "Oh, I hope we don't get the top 4." Never. To me, that I don't understand that mentality. But as for yesterday, just taking yesterday's performance, forgetting context, forgetting everything else, yesterday's performance I thought was a fantastic one. It was a controlled, it was a measured one, it was a comfortable one. Stoke were poor, but I also don't think a lot of credit has also been given to us. Although we made them look poor. We played with a lot of confidence. This shape, I've said it maybe 6 months ago on this channel with Colin and Tots. We've been made for 3 at the back for so long, and we're starting to see it. I thought Holding is our new hero, let's face it, but played really well. Really mature performance. I mean, this kid is playing beyond his age at the moment, beyond his age. I'm really excited about what I can see him do. Fair play. Coquelin, I thought, was fantastic. Controlled and bossed that midfield. And you have to say Wenger got it right. You know, he made some controversial decisions from the starting lineup. You guys know I'm not Ramsey's biggest fan, but even I wanted him to start this game. I felt like he'd be mentally motivated. And who didn't want to see him score at the end? I know I did. I thought, you know, it's a bit of a weird one taking kind of Welbeck out, taking Ramsey out. But I think the one thing that all of us were pleased with was the fact that Koscielny, Mustafi, and Holding were the 3 that started. I think that's our best 3 defenders. Start them. And I thought they played really well together. I think they're going to develop a really good understanding together. Which meant Monreal was able to go left back. Thought he played really well yesterday. Let me just go into my 1 to 10 ratings. I thought Czech played pretty well. I don't think he had a lot of chance with the goal. But other than that, made a couple of decent saves. But aside from that, I thought he was tidy. 7 out of 10. 3 centre-backs. Koscielny, I'd give him a 7. Mustafi, I'd give a 7. And Holding, I'd give a 9 to. I thought he was superb yesterday. Superb. And I'm not just saying that. Anyone who knows me knows I don't just kiss the arse of English players for the sake of it. This kid is going to be something. It's going to be something. 9 out of 10. Left wing back, Monreal, I thought was very, very good. Has a really good understanding of Alexis every time he goes up and down, and you can really see that. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Thought was fantastic. I want to see him stay there. That's exactly where I want to see him stay. Right wing back, Bellerin. I thought Hector did well. Got a good assist yesterday. Generally, I thought he played pretty well. Would still like to see him improve his passing a little bit more. I thought defensively he was better. I saw him slot back into position a lot yesterday, which is something I'm not really seeing that much from Hector. So I'm hoping that side of his game is starting to develop. I do miss Ox a little bit, I'll be honest, up and down that right-hand side. If you're still asking me who's my first choice right wing back, weirdly, now I never would have said this like 6 months ago, weirdly it's Ox. I still prefer him in that position. But I thought Hector did well. And this is his chance while Ox is out to establish himself in that position, as weird as that sounds, but it is. I thought Coquelin was the controversial decision yesterday. The last time we saw Coquelin, he was getting rolled on his ass by Hazard. But I thought probably edge man in a match from Holding, if I'm being honest. I'd probably give it to Coquelin only just. I'd give him a 9 out of 10. But I thought those two were fantastic yesterday. But I thought he bossed the midfield. I really did. I thought he bossed it. Xhaka, I'd give a 7 to. Nice, tidy. No complications, no wildness. I thought he might get himself sent off in this game. Because it's such a passionate game between us two. But Stoke were easy yesterday. It has to be said. They were easy yesterday. The superstar, as my boy Lee would say, I thought did well. And I think even Lee would say he did well. I thought he played pretty well, got himself a nice goal from a wonderful assist from his partner, who I'm going to talk about in a minute. I thought did well, showed some nice touches. In a game which I thought might be a bit too physical for him. Faded a little bit towards the end, but I thought, and then he got subbed, but I thought all in all, I thought he did pretty well. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Alexis alone gets an 8 just for that goal while being injured. Only Alexis could do that. The man is a freak. He's a freak of nature. Incredible performance, considering. I do think every now and again, he doesn't trust his teammates enough, which does show sometimes when he's attacking. Like, sometimes I would like to just see him just lay off the ball a little bit quicker. You can see somebody's open, but instead, you're trying to take on one man too many. And I honestly think that is still a trust issue. But he don't. Sometimes I look at him and I think to myself, are you really going to leave? Because he looks so comfortable with the people around him. Just pay him what he wants. Just give him what he wants. Whatever he wants, just give it to him. I don't know if us not getting Champions League football will mean that he leaves. And I think a lot of people are saying, oh, that's why top 4 is so important, so important. I love Alexis. Let me make that clear. I want him to stay. But if he's so passionate about going, and if us having top 4 is going to mean that he's going to sulk and not give half of the effort he's given this season, then let him go. And I want him to stay. I desperately want him to stay. But this is not Alexis FC. The same way it's not Arsenal FC. You know, we're bigger than one man. Even Alexis. I know people won't like me saying that, but it's true. But it was a wonderful goal and a wonderful assist from Ozil. The pass was, dare I say, an Ozil-like pass. The weight on it was perfect for Ozil. It was fantastic. 8 out of 10. Love the man. I do love him, but he's not the be-all and end-all. This is what I always trying to get across to you guys. And Jury, who, to be honest with you, and I made this point to Amanda, Gooner Gal, if you guys don't know her, on Twitter, because she made a very similar point. If it weren't for his goals, I wouldn't know he's on the pitch. I will say this, defensively, he did do his job well. Took his goals well, but they were tap-ins. 7 out of 10. I'm sorry, but I would say 7 out of 10. It was okay. All you can say. The movement for the first goal was good. I'll give him that. Ramsey, I thought, came on, made an immediate difference. Came on, almost scored. I desperately wanted him to score, but got himself a goal for Jury's second instead. The guy's in purple form. I said it 2 previews ago. I'll say it again. When Ramsey is in purple form, don't take him out the team. Just don't take him out the team. Because it takes so long to get him to this point that when he is at this point, you just power through. You play him, no matter what. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I thought he caused a bit of problems when he came on. Walcott and Wells I won't rate because 5, because I didn't really have enough time to do much. And the manager, 9 out of 10. Listen, he didn't pick a team that a lot of us would have picked, but he made it work. And I said it on Twitter, that when I saw the lineup, it looked like a team that was built for a physical battle. Ironically, in the game, we didn't see that physical battle until our second goal. Sorry, until they scored their first goal. And then it became a really physical scrap. And then our third goal kind of killed that. So, got to give him credit when he does good. And I'm not afraid to do that. So 9 out of 10. I may want him out, but I'll pat him on the back when he does something well. Anyway, that is my review of the game. Straight after this, I'm going to do a preview of the Sunderland game. So stay tuned to that. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're watching me for the first time, hit that subscribe button. You'll be alerted as soon as I get ready to do my next preview. Games are coming thick and fast, people. Tuesday, we're back out again. So I will literally finish this, and then start my next one. So hold on to that. Be back soon. And if you're on Twitter, do follow me at Colossal Chig. Little hashtag thing down there. All right, people. I'm out of here. Take care. Peace.